Domestic Violence Action Center noticed that our statistics with Native Hawaiians dealing with domestic violence has been huge. Our Native Hawaiian families are struggling. There's a lot of heartbreak that goes on within these families, and Domestic Violence Action Center knew that this was something that they needed to work on. We gathered community members from all over the island. We asked questions of what should be done over time. What is it that our Native Hawaiians need to start healing in this area? During the process, it was created a 3-phase program called ikaika Ohana. The first phase talked about self. It talked about healing. It gave survivors a chance to be able to look at themselves throughout the lokahi wheel, spirituality, self-care. All of those things came to life during those sessions.
The ikaika Ohana program has been absolutely amazing to me. It gave me friendships with other women who have been in similar situations as I was in. It gave me support, strength, confidence. You realize that this does happen to other people. I think domestic violence can be very isolating, and you think that you're the only person going through it. But then when you meet other women who are in similar situations, there's a camaraderie that forms. You know, there was one day that we had a session and we all went in the water at the same time, and it was such a cleansing experience for me. We were just bonding in the water, and the women were all swimming together, and felt like being a teenager again with your friends at the beach. And but we also learned the principle that the ocean can be very cleansing and healing, and that's helped me even now. When I'm feeling stressed, I'll go to the beach, and it is a cleansing and healing experience for me. This is something that each of the ladies in our ikaika Ohana group made, and then we subsequently wore to our graduation. We spent another session carving wood that made the prints, and then we were able to decorate each fabric ourselves. And it was an incredible experience having the 4 of us wear this. Each one expressed our personality a little differently, and I felt very proud. I keep this piece in my living room because I like to look at it and remember all the strength and healing and power that's behind it.
Over time, once relationships were made and these women gathered together and worked on all these different parts of themselves to come to a healing point, we were able to bring in the second phase, which is the phase that includes the keiki and their children. One of the things is that Native Hawaiian families, they're very strong family ties, and a lot of the times the children are just as affected.
Each of these represents a kalo leaf, and we learned a lot about the kalo plant in the ikaika Ohana program. My name and my 2 children's names are written on each plant, and behind each plant is a clip where there's post-its, and we can post notes to each other. So if I want to write a note to my daughter, I will write it on a note and post it on her plant, and then she knows that, you know, that note saying I love you or have a great day was from me.
In our 3rd phase, we have families come and we help to start build relationships with the survivors and their families. We teach about what domestic violence is and what it causes, and in hopes that starts to recreate new bonds for their family members so that their relationships can be strengthened moving on. As the survivors move forward, they often lose a lot of people in their lives, and they really need a strong support system to be able to move forward.
The kids are downstairs a lot more. They're not hiding up in their rooms. There's a lot of peace now in our house. We don't really have those yelling arguments anymore. It's a very peaceful place to be, and I think that's what a home should be. And so I'm thankful that the program also taught me how to make our home peaceful again.
Back in the old days, family members, they were a huge community. They were always there to support each other. There was not kind of various silos where Ohana lived in separate houses and no one knew what went on. It was very much a community effort when looking at the Ohana and the bonds that they had together. And so when looking at naming this program, we wanted to make sure that we honored what Native Hawaiians did as far as supporting family members. And so ho'oikaika Ohana basically means to be able to strengthen the family and having everyone come together to do so.